I mean, I think it's kind of great. I think, when you talk about the fact that you've got these judges are all superstars in their own right. They really know everything what they're talking about, and they know the kind of what it takes to have that nerve to get up on stage. And also, I really like that this doesn't have as many restrictions as some of the other shows might have. There's no age restrictions. Doesn't matter if you've done this professionally. So for a lot of these people, this is a second and third chance at a career. Some people that maybe had a record deal that didn't pan out, and now they have another shot at it. And so I think that's a really kind of an extra personal bonus in there. Well, it's funny because some of these people, I mean, just flat out, I see them, I hear them sing, and I'm just like, well, you have a much better voice than I do. I don't know what to tell you. So it's not really about, these people are here because they know how to sing. So this isn't really, I think, about telling them how to sing as much as it is about how to take what they have and make the most out of it. Because that's the part that you learn over 20 years, is that idea of making that connection with the song and not just singing the song, and not just worrying about how you sound, but like really how you're coming across with the message of the song. And so I think that's kind of been one of the main threads through a lot of them. I'm sure that I would have. I don't know that I would have the nerve. It's one thing when you're starting out and you're starting out in a band and you're playing tiny little clubs to nobody, and you kind of have this anonymity that you can build yourself up in and trying to kind of get better at your craft as you're there. And a lot of these people have been doing that, to be fair. A lot of these people they gig 4 or 5 nights a week. But then to just come out on that stage in front of those people, in front of millions of people, and say, okay, this is what I do, and to know that everything kind of hangs in the balance of that 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I don't know that I would have the nerve to do it when I was starting out. One thing that I was really impressed with CeeLo is that he does seem to really care. He genuinely wants the best for these people. He genuinely finds what he thinks the talent is in them, and tries to pull it out of them and tries to give them really good directions. And then once they leave the room, he's still kind of thinking about what's the best way, because I'm like a visitor. So when I'm done, he still has to figure out how to take this team and push them through. And he wants to have a winning team. So I kind of admire his dedication to it. I think it's doubly hard in a lot of ways. I think on one thing, they're coming in. A lot of these people, there's some of these people they don't know these songs. They just heard these songs like yesterday or the day before, and they're trying to learn the song and learn the phrasing, and then they have to put it together and be like a really, believable duet. They have to make each other shine, but at the same time, they're battling against each other, and only one of those people is going to walk out of the room alive. So it's got to be a hard thing to know that you really want to shine. You want this other person to shine. You want it to be a really believable, heartfelt duet that you're putting on. But at the same time, you want to kick the other dude's ass. I mean, you really do. Let's be honest. I think one thing, I think they have a really good quality meter on the people that come on, and the people just from the get-go of the auditions. I think they have some really, really talented people, and it is called The Voice. This isn't just called well, we can turn you into a star. This is, you got to come in and you got to know what you're doing, and I think in general, people like a success story. And if they can actually, see behind the scenes and watch a success story unfold every week in front of their eyes, that's a fascinating thing to see. And you really get invested in these people. You get invested in their lives, and you want the best for them. And I think that's an amazing thing to be able to pull off on a TV show.